Hey everyone, Dave Cottingham for In the Comics. I am here at Lexington Comic Con with Ming Chen. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you? I'm at a con. Like, if you don't see me smiling or happy at a con, like, get me out of there because, yeah, if you can't have fun here, then where can you have fun?
Exactly. First time at Lexington Comic Con, I'm assuming.
Yes.
How has the weekend been for you?
It's been amazing. Just smoothly run con, great fans, like very enthusiastic. They know their comics. They love their comics. They love their pop culture. And yeah, I'm just having a great time.
And we're nice here in Kentucky, right?
You're very nice. You're very nice. And people have been bringing me bourbon. Like it's
yeah. So tell me about that, because my good friend Chad, who's on the show sometimes, he is a huge bourbon guy. What's your favorite bourbon?
My favorite bourbon is one called Angel's Envy. It's distilled by a man called Lincoln Henderson, who used to be the master distiller over at Woodford Reserve, I believe, and had like 40 years in the industry. Wow. And he just he created a great bourbon. It's hard for me to get back home in Jersey, though. So some people bring me a selection of bourbons here, and I've partaken.
Well, just leave us your address. We'll ship you some.
I would appreciate
constantly,
that.
So no problem. So let's talk about Comic Book Men, which everybody can see, obviously, on AMC. So when the first show started going, did you ever think it was going to be as popular as it is?
No, not at all. I didn't even think we'd get past the first season. You know, I'm in that store all day. I argue with those guys. We were arguing about Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, Star Trek,
nice,
Back to the Future. Conversations that really shouldn't matter, but they do to us. The guys
Absolutely.
like us, it's like life and death. And I didn't think anybody would want to watch that, but it's turned out people like watching other people talk about nothing, but not really nothing, but stuff that they love.
Oh,
even
yeah.
if it's nonsense.
Yeah. If you love it, you're definitely going to watch it.
Yeah,
So.
and I love comics. I love old comics coming in, but I really love the toys. Like everybody has had a toy in some part at one time in their life. So, and I love seeing stuff from my past. And,
so what were you into the most as a kid?
G.I. Joe. Love G.I. Joe. The 3 3/4
Must be an
inch.
Asian thing, because G.I. Joe, Transformers, that's all I was.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was, they had the cool accessories, they had cool backgrounds, the figures looked cool, the vehicles were even cooler. And even now, like it still makes me happy to think and talk about that. You had characters like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Absolutely.
They don't really make stuff like that anymore.
Yeah. Well, it totally makes sense, that episode where the big carrier came in.
Yeah, USS Flag aircraft carrier.
Do you have that one?
Yeah, I bought it. I wanted that thing so bad. and my Asian parents, they don't spend money on toys. So I tell my mom it's $100. She's like, no way. Like, you're never going to get that. So
that is hilarious.
30 years later, I got it. So.
Yeah, great. So how often, because of the show now, how often are you guys going to cons?
We're going to quite a few. I went to like 25 last year.
Wow.
So that's about half the year. Those are weekends. Weekdays I'm at the store.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of time at home, but I like to travel. I love adventures. I love meeting people, love making new friends.
You guys going overseas at all?
We haven't done that yet.
You haven't done that yet?
I haven't done that yet. I have a couple of friends who are going to cons in China. I was like, China? Like, I'm Chinese. I know the language. Yeah, I don't know if our show's on out there yet, so that might be a hindrance, as to, whether I'll draw a crowd or not. But you never know. Let's hope.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I wanted to kind of give just a brief history. Because many people may not know, how did you first hook up with Kevin and the guys at the show?
Not your normal story. Kevin had just made the movie Clerks. He just finished Mallrats, and I'd seen both of them. I was like, wow, this guy's awesome. He's funny. His movies are great. And I was learning how to put up websites at the time.
Right.
So I made up a Clerks fan site, put up a bunch of movie clips and sounds and images, like all very primitive, but still up there. And Kevin saw it and he called me, and he was like, "Hey, I like what you did. I'm starting a production company. I'm making this movie called Chasing Amy. Would you put up a site for my production company?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I did that. I've been working with them ever since. So.
That is great. Okay, so. Out of all the episodes you've done so far, I think it's been over 60 episodes of Comic Book Men. Who was the guest that you were so excited to see that kind of blew your socks off?
It had to be Stan Lee, the godfather of the modern Marvel and comic book universe. And I'd heard stories, seen him, from afar at some cons.
Yeah.
And I was always wondering, like, is he that guy, Excelsior, and the mighty, the Marvel Merchant Society, and Smiling Stan Lee, is he that guy? And he is.
Yeah.
He is. Even at 93, he's still cracking jokes.
Yeah.
And just being like that master storyteller.
That's awesome.
It's great. He's probably one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
And I think he was in Mallrats, right?
He was in Mallrats,
yeah, with Kevin.
He was in Mallrats
movie. And then I think tonight, I'm kind of dating the show right now, but tonight I think Jim Lee is the guest.
Jim Lee, yeah, we like the last name Lee.
Yeah,
in our show, and yeah, Jim Lee on the show, which is incredible. One thing about Jim Lee, like I've never met anybody who was like, oh, Jim Lee, his art stinks. Like I've never met anyone who didn't like him.
Yeah.
He's just his images just fly off that page.
Absolutely, it's
so great, and he was such a nice guy, like very humble and gave us some good insight. We were really excited to have him.
That's awesome. So I want to know are you as big as a Walking Dead fan as everybody else is?
I think I might be even bigger because we're on the same network. So I don't know any of the plot lines or anything, but I go to a lot of conventions where the Walking Dead cast show up, and I just go up and say, hey, I'm on after you guys. And that gives you a little, it's a little good. That's a very good icebreaker.
Yes.
It's like, I'm on. We're coworkers. So I've met most of the cast. They're all super cool. They know they've kind of hit the jackpot. It's like, man, we're on the biggest show on TV. Like they're all very, very great, just great people to talk to. And yes,
I'm surprised because you guys are on the same network. I'm actually surprised none of you actually become zombies yet on the show.
I'm working on it. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I've definitely thrown it in there. So yeah, I don't know if I'm thin enough. Like I got to look a little more emaciated. Got to stop eating hamburgers.
Zombies have no size.
That's not what I hear. I hear they have a requirement where you have to look kind of skinny because.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
I guess that's true. That's actually.
Yeah, look kind of worn away and decayed.
I'm not sure I've seen many Asian zombies on the show.
No, there should be. So I think I could call like equal rights. Maybe I could play the race card. Call up Greg Nicotero. I'm like, dude, you gotta get some Asians in there. There are Asian zombies, so.
There's Asian people in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but I read the comics before the show came on.
Yes.
And it was actually Mike Zapsik that introduced me to the show. He's like, hey, he had the season 1 on DVD. He's like, dude, watch this. I didn't watch season 1 when it first ran, but he's like, watch this, you're gonna love it, and instantly hooked. So I catch up.
Have you guys got a chance to meet Kirkman at all?
It's the only guy I haven't met out of kind of that whole universe. I haven't met Robert Kirkman, and I would love to. I have to shake his hand. I have to thank him because without that show, like we don't exist.
That's
I don't think
true.
I don't think it would have gotten to Comic Book Men being on AMC.
And he's from Kentucky.
Yeah,
actually, right up the street.
Yeah, I would love to meet him. Robert, if you're watching this, thank you very much.
He watches. I'm sure he watches. So of all the, like you said, 25 cons you've visited to, I mean, what's kind of one of the craziest stories of people? Do you have a story?
People have been pretty enthusiastic, pretty calm. I mean, nothing
too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. It's weird. I find like a lot of the 13-year-old girls are like they think I'm cool, which is weird.
You're cool.
I know, but I didn't think I'm kind of an old man, and but they seem to gravitate toward me as out of all 5 of us. Like I don't know if it's because I look younger, I'm shorter. I have no idea. I'm the most non-threatening, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. I was also at this other con. This artist came up and he was like, "Hey, I drew a picture of you. Brian Johnson commissioned it." I'm like, "Oh, what? Really?" Like he doesn't like comic book art. Why would he commission it? And he opened his portfolio, and it was like a charcoal drawing of me. And I'm naked, like you can see my ass. It's kind of done like the Rose and from Titanic.
Oh,
in that style.
Really?
Like, why did he commission this? I don't know. I don't know why he commissioned it. So
it
was bizarre.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So somewhere out there is a naked picture. You can see my ass and everything. It's disturbing.
That is very disturbing.
Yeah.
You didn't get a copy of it? They didn't leave you a copy?
I don't. Do I really want that? Brian wanted it. He can have it. I don't. Yeah. It wouldn't be something I'd put up on my wall. So.
Oh, okay. So, a little bit about the show. You mentioned it off camera that you guys shoot during the summers.
Yes.
For people that don't really understand, it is a TV show too.
Yes.
I mean, how taxing is it to actually shoot it? Is it?
It's not really that taxing.
Really?
Compared to let's say Walking Dead. They're rolling around in the mud. It's 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
They have to set up shots and gunfire and killing zombies. We shoot in one store from our shooting days, usually from about 10 to 6:30. So and shoot in an air-conditioned store.
Nice.
Same location, so we don't have to travel. And we crack jokes all day. It's really not that taxing. You won't ever hear me complaining. I've seen these other guys, the real actors here, and I saw the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's got to be on a boat all day. You know, Salt with Johnny Depp and you know, the guys who do sci-fi and run around in goofy costumes and makeup and all that. Yeah, it's not that taxing.
No, not that taxing. Okay, well, I had to ask because I think a lot of people have that sense of thought of whether or not it is a big deal because it is during. I mean, you're shooting during work hours, right? I mean, people are still coming through the store.
Absolutely, store's still open for business while we shoot.
It may be distracting a little bit, right?
No, it's fine. You get used to it.
That's awesome. So I know Mike was here with you earlier today. What happened to Brian? Where's he at?
Brian started out doing these cons. If you look up here, I don't know if you can see his name is on here. You know, it was kind of a whole kind of team thing. Then he discovered he didn't really like people, which you can kind of see on the show. And if you don't like people, like a con where 20, 30, 50,000 people show up, probably not the best place to be.
That's right.
So he stopped coming.
Now, besides the show, it seems like you do a million other things.
Yeah.
On the Smodcast especially. You and Mike have a podcast,
yes.
right?
Yeah, I love podcasting. You know, we're fellow podcasters.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun. It's fun to do something where you kind of create it on your own, and there are no restrictions. No one telling you no, you have to do this. You can't talk about that.
Right.
Talk about anything we want. And, so me and Mike have a podcast called I Sell Comix. Mm-hmm. It's on Kevin's Smodcast network where we talk about the new comics every week and anything pop culture. Mike and I just started another one called the Ming and Mike Show, where
that's right.
we just talk about anything we want. Anything we want.
That's awesome.
You know, we'll talk about Mike eating a hot brown sandwich earlier and what it did to his insides. We talk about drinking bourbon. We'll talk about, whatever. It's great venting.
That's great.
Yeah, and we do one called the Secret Stash. It's the Comic Book Men Companion podcast.
That's right.
It's like our version of Talking Dead, basically.
God.
Where we kind of go in depth. So yeah, that's 3 a week. It's not bad.
Are you ever sleeping?
I don't like to sleep either.
Me neither.
Yeah,
see,
it's overrated.
Chad will tell you, I don't sleep much anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's overrated.
It is overrated.
I'd rather be podcasting and going to conventions.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
For sure.
Okay, so other than that, everybody check Ming out.
Yeah.
Comic Book Men podcast on the Smodcast Network, right? I guess. Is there going to be a season 6? Do you guys know if it's season 6
We
yet?
won't know for another month, so fingers crossed, because I really want to keep doing it. I love it. It's so much fun. And it'll mean I can go to conventions still. So.
Yeah. Okay, real quick then, on the I Sell Comics, what books are you reading? I'm
reading Hawkeye,
nice.
the Marvel Now run of Hawkeye. I'm reading a book that Image put out called Huck. It's by Mark Millar and drawn by Raphael Albuquerque. I'm reading a book called Manifest Destiny, which is about the Lewis and Clark.
Love that book. Love that book.
It's really amazing. I've been reading, a lot of Marvel's. There's a Star-Lord comic out right now, which is kind of like Peter Quill as a young child.
Oh,
and how he meets Yondu, like stowing away on his ship. That one's pretty great. Batman, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo.
Have you read Spread?
I've not read Spread.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. My absolute favorite, Paper Girls.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
good.
Brian K. Vaughan. Amazing book.
book.
Yeah, I wish I could meet the guy and thank him for that and Saga and all the other cool stuff he's done. Why the Last Man? Yeah.
So good. Well, there's your book selections from Ming Chen, man. Go check those out. I appreciate it, Ming. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out in Lexington.
Absolutely.
Check him out, Comic Book Man, AMC.